Nothing interesting. Swoobats, wave amplification, during the next turn, this Pokemon's returning echo 60 more damage. So you have to use both wave amplification and then returning echo. But this one does flip a coin, a tail, which is in this Pokemon. Oh, oh man, I don't even know what's up with this card. This card just seems very interesting, but I don't think this will see play at all. Water. Odd. I think, to be honest, I think that card's pretty awful. Okay. Then we have Behiem, which actually this card looks a little interesting. It does 20 damage to one opponent Pokemon, times the amount of energy that Pokemon. So if your opponent had a bench Pokemon, they were charging up with like 300 bounce for them, 50 damage, but it's only for 1 energy, and you get to attack a opponent. This isn't too bad, I guess. It is a stage 1. I don't know, it seems interesting. That one attack. Psybeam is just the ordinary stuff. We have Sandslash, which is also... it isn't affected by any effects though, basically. And we have Marowak, not the Marowak everyone wants to use yet. Effect is 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Yeah, so it's basically like the Hitmonlee that we have in Furious Fists. Bone Windmill, 60 damage if your opponent's active Pokemon is Pokemon X. Push this Pokemon with your bench Pokemon. Ah. So this is like a Dawn fan, but it only works if your opponent's active Pokemon. So obviously if you have, let's say, strong energy and a fighting energy, you have like a muscle band and a fighting stadium. That is a lot of damage, it's like, what is that, additional 60 damage, additional 80 damage, and you get to switch out from your bench. Huh, it's like a little more balanced version of Dawn. And it has 30 less HP. Interesting. It is interesting to see. Okay, well, whether or not this is see play, maybe. But we'll just have to see. Okay. Ooh, but then we do get Marowak Break. 140 HP, it only goes up like 40 HP. Bone Revenge, it's kind of hard to read this text. Something does, I think this attack does 40 more damage for each Pokemon or prize card your opponent has taken. Wow, so that's 20 plus 40 for every. Let's say they have 3 prize cards taken. Gotta do 120 additional. That's 140 damage. And let's say you have a muscle band response. Or strong energy. Wow. That's actually quite interesting. I do like this one though. Really cool. Also, I think if you were to combine this one, the next Marowak that's coming out, I think it retains all of its abilities and everything else. So, no longer would you be able to block the way possible. That's like way getting ahead of the game though. Completely irrelevant. But someone brought this card to my attention, and it looks very interesting. Very cool combo that you use with this card. So I'm not gonna read this text one more time. But the Gathering Footsteps, 30 plus damage and then there's 10 for every retreat cost for your Swinub, Pillow-Swine, and Mamoswine. So you can combine this with, like, let's say, Monk, Team Aqua Monk, and you can increase the retreat cost for every single one of them. And maybe even if you wanted to play the Team Aqua Hideout base, whatever, that would actually synergize pretty well with that. If you had like 5 Swinub down or Pillow-Swines or Mamoswines, as long as your bench is full, like at least like 4 of them. Like, yeah. This also counts its own retreat cost as well, because it says the retreat cost of your Swinub, Pillow-Swine, and Mamoswine. It doesn't exclude itself. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's already 50 damage. It's already a given. And of course, you're gonna use like strong energy, friends, fighting stadiums, points. You're gonna want to use Team Aqua or Team Base or whatever. That's pretty cool. And since Mamoswine has 4 retreat costs, that's already like plus 40 attack, which I mean, it looks very interesting. Or you can use this one in combination with the Memory Shrine. Shrine of Memories, what it's called. You can use the previous attack of Pillow Swarm. Use that attack. Things are interesting. Okay, this this Pokemon's ability with that. Any damage into this Pokemon attacks from opponent's fire or water Pokemon if used for 30, as you would assume from this attack. Then there's Primordial Boom, 80 plus. If you have a Stadium card in play, this deck does 40 more damage. If the opponent has a Stadium card in play, you deal 4 damage. Wow, okay. So, I guess it knows, the game will know whether or not it's your stadium or your opponent's stadium. So, it'll take into effect. If you want to heal yourself, and if you want to utilize your Pokemon, your opponent's stadium. Pretty cool. My mouth is getting dry. Whenever I talk this long, my mouth gets like really dry, so I take water. Irrelevant though? Oh, Gatling. Okay. Oh, I don't know what I pressed there. Oh. Okay. I want to print. I don't want to print it. Okay. Once during your turn, before you attack, and you look at the top 5 cards in your deck, put them in the back. Put them back on top of the deck in any order. Huh. I think we have a card that does something, but it only does like 2. Yeah, 2 cards. I think it was the Lunatory, but I think it's an expanded card. This one basically is that, but for 5 cards. So if you wanted to use that in combination with maybe Ether? Ether or like any other crazy combination that requires you to have a certain card on top of the deck. I mean, not too bad, I guess. Pretty cool. I mean, it also means that you don't have to like wait till you draw something important. If you have something within those 5 cards, like a Birch or something, you can prevent yourself from like drawing just energy or whatever else you don't need. Not too bad, honestly. And then Sensitive Blade, 60 damage. If you played a supporter card from your hand early this turn, this deck does 70 more damage. That is pretty cool. And it's only 2 energies, so if you put like a strong energy or double colorless if you really wanted to. You play like Lysander if you played Sycamore, anything like that. It'll do 70 more damage. So that's 130 damage with Muscle Band, or even if you have a strong energy Stadium, the Fighting Stadium. That is not too bad. I like this card. That actually. Everything's not too bad. No. Then we have a fellow with a Accelerating Spin attached to Fighting Energy card to this Pokemon. Then, you get to accelerate and also switch out of the active Pokemon. Bad, honestly. And then Primarondo plus damage if this Pokemon has any psychic attached to it. That does 50 more damage. So I guess you could combine this too with Miracle if you really wanted to. You're doing 110 damage, not including Muscle Bands or Strong Energy Fighting State. Too bad, I guess. I like this one. And we have this Holucha. It's another Holucha. Definitely not as good as the other Holucha that we have already, but nothing interesting. Oh, but then we have a Cacturne, which we haven't had since Time of Freeze. Cacturne! Awesome. Wait, no, wait. I had to think about that. Okay. Discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Really, really cool. I mean, we haven't had a Pokemon like that for a while, anyway. I mean, we do have some now, but they're usually too high of a stage, or maybe the secondary attack doesn't, or the attack doesn't have any damage. But yeah, this is quite interesting. You get to discard your opponent's special energy. I like that. And Pin Missile, flip 3 coins for each head, so it's not too bad, I guess. I guess you'd play this one with Trick Point if anything. But, aside from that, not too interesting. Aside from the attack. We have 2 Zoroas. Wow, they both have 60 HP. Now we no longer have to use the Zoroas with the 50 HP. I like that. Okay. Then we have Zoroark, which this one is quite awesome actually. Extended. Once during your turn, before you attack, this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch this Pokemon with your active. So it's essentially Keldeo. Keldeo's back, but in the form of Zoroark and a stage 1. Which I think is pretty cool. And Mind Jacket is 10 damage plus 30 more damage for each bench Pokemon. So if you're playing like Skyfield, you get like Mega Rayquaza, do 30 damage for every single one of them. They have 8 Pokemon. Holy crap! That is a lot of damage. Like 2,400 damage plus 10. Even if they have 5, you're still doing like 1,500 plus 10. Which is not bad at all. What is it? God. that is pretty crazy, honestly. I like this card. Really cool. And it only requires 2 energies. Colorless as well. Not too bad. And of course it does get its own break as well. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks and use this as. So I guess if your opponent is running Rayquaza as well and you have a lot of bench Pokemon, bam! Suddenly you're doing a lot of damage. Oh man, it seems like a really cool. And it's only 1 energy too. So yeah, you choose any of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. That is really cool. I like that one. And then we have Yveltal. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, each Pokemon Soul card in play has no effect. Actually pretty cool. But it has to be active. That's actually its effect. Not too bad though, I mean, you do want to cancel out your opponent's full cards. Maybe like Spirit Links too, actually. If you want to slow down your opponent from Mega Evolving, this will do just that, unless of course they license. Aside from that, that's really cool. And then Pitch Black Spear, 6 damage. This attack does 60 more damage if your opponent's at a bench Pokemon. Like, who wanted it? Never mind. I read that. So it's 60 damage to one of your bench Pokemon's EX. 60 plus 60. That's 120. So technically still 60 more. 22. Opponent's benched EX. Not too bad. Like that one. And then Bronzong, oh god. This one, it's interesting. I guess if you wanted to combine this with Gengar maybe, I mean you could. You put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon as anything onto it. You would have to have a damage counter onto it, so unfortunately. But, it's kind of conditioned. I don't know. It is interesting. Or maybe you can combine this with this Bronzong with, what is it called? Fortress. If you really wanted to run a deck that revolved around Bronzong with Fortress. You could put 30 damage or 10 damage counter for every Pokemon you put the damage counter Fortress and then bam, put 3 more. It's 40 damage right then and there. I guess this one. Okay. And there's a knockaway. Flip a coin if it has stacked as 70 or I keep doing that. I keep reading this one and then reading this one. 20 more damage. Yeah, 90 damage. Not too interesting. What is this, Mr. Mime? I haven't read. Oh, okay. Prevent all damage onto bench Pokemon. Basically, it's just the return of Mr. Mime from 5 different, but very tight. Well, I guess. And of course, it's stuck with juggling. Put 4 coins for every heads and damage. So even at like 4 heads, it's only doing 40 damage. 2 energy. Not bad. But chances are nothing. Anyway. Then we have Granbull. Startling Bark coin if heads. Choose 3 random cards from your opponent's hand. Opponent reveals them. Reveals those cards and shuffles them into for death. Jeez. So yeah, basically, that's pretty cool. I mean, if you do get the heads, you get to choose 3 random cards from your opponent. Put them back. It's pretty good disruption, honestly. If I do say so. Cool. But yeah, you would require like 2 energies of colorless and I guess maybe a trick one if you really wanted to go that far. But yeah, potential on 120. This Pokemon is not so good in that sense. I like the art though. Then we have the new Florges. I think looks pretty cool. Calming Aroma. Each of your opponent's active or each of your opponent's and each of your I can't speak today guys, I'm sorry. Each of your Pokemon's attacks costs very less. So this one will cost 1 fairy less too. Oh my god, I can't speak. But yeah, so this would affect its own self as well. So you can do Wonder Shine for 70 damage. And the cool thing is, it doesn't have to be on the bench for this to work either, for active. Be anywhere, and suddenly your opponent or your Pokemon have 3 or 1 less cost for fairies. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. My god, I can't speak today. I think it's just because I'm also still super dry, even though I'm drinking water. Let me just drink water then. Okay. This text is a little difficult to read as well, though. I think it says once during your turn, before you attack, you may heal 30 damage and remove all special conditions. So it's basically like a mini, what's it called? Center lady. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But it only works with your active. You get to heal 30 and remove these. I'll do that, honestly. I mean, chances are you're only going to be healing your active Pokemon anyways with Center Lady, but I mean, obviously in those rare occasions when you want to use Center Lady on your bench Pokemon, this is able to. Okay, that though. And we have Aromatisse. Heavy Perfume, your opponent's active Pokemon is not confused, put 6 damage counters onto it. Instead of 3, it's like, oh my god. Huh. I guess if they were to attack themselves, they would do 6 damage. So interesting. Okay. But, of course, I'm pretty sure that everyone can be running Zoroark at this point. it's just gonna be Zoroark, so be aware of that. And then Hug, Pokemon can retrieve. New stuff. And this Xerneas, I think looks interesting. It's more revolved around like having a fun deck maybe, because this is not going to be very consistent with the deck aside from like maybe fairy toolbox decks. But Rainbow Force, 10 damage plus this deck has 30 damage for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. So let's say even at maximum, or let's say you had a Skyfield with like 5 different types. You're doing 150 plus 10. That's not too bad. But I mean, chances are of you actually using anything else aside from like just 2 different types. It just seems too conditional. I mean, it is good damage even if you have like 3 different types. 100 damage for just 3 different types. But it is 3 energy. And then Power Creation, 80 plus if this Pokemon was healed during this turn. That does 80 more damage. Kinda like the that Seeking that we saw earlier, but of course, 80 more damage from 80 damage. That's 160. I guess if you wanted to use this in combination with the Gorgeous that we're getting, maybe. See that work for me. It's just a matter of how you're gonna get damage counters onto it, without of course being knocked out or anything. I mean, it is a pretty big basic, 120. So, that I guess. It is 10 less from other Xerneas. Then we have Hexorus, which I think is a pretty decent card. As long as this Hexorus is your active Pokemon, each of its attacks does 100 more damage for applying weakness and add more than 100 damage. So basically, once you use this attack, you don't have to use it again. You don't have to use it every single time. As long as it remains in the active Pokemon. So you can bring your Sharp Fang to up to 160, or your Dragon Pulse up to 30, only 2 energy. It's like 1 double dragon, and of course, what else this is. But yeah, I mean, that looks very interesting. If you had a Muscle Band too, if you just wanted to use 1 energy for this, you could still do 180 damage. That's still pretty insane. Like, you wouldn't necessarily need the double dragon. I mean, it would also lower your chances of getting hammered anyway. So I don't see why not. Go for it. Then we have Noivern. Tuning. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw a number of cards equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand. Kind of like a battle reporter, except you get to shuffle your hand and then draw the amount. Which is pretty cool. Air Slash, 120, discard energy. It's alright. It's not the best though. I think I prefer using the other noise. And then of course it does get it to break 2. Ukuro Wooper, 70 plus, have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponents. That does 80 more, I think it's 80 more damage. That goes up to 150. But of course you do not see card in your hand. So I guess Judge works with this. So, bad. Judge! For the win! That would require though like one double dragon and like any other random enemy. Still not too bad. I like to look at it. I'd probably use that in combination with the other. But I like the Northern. You also get the ability. Okay. Then you have Dodrio, which I really like the Dodrio. Retreat Aid. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your active Pokemon's retreat cost is 2 less. So I mean, holy crap, this can work with a lot of things. A lot of things. Anything, everything. 2 retreat costs less. That is pretty cool, honestly. I mean, all you need to do is just hold it on your bench, and that's pretty much it. So the thing is, it doesn't work on itself. So if you were to have this active, you would not be able to cost. But it is 1 retreat cost anyway, so it's not a problem. It's a Spirit attack, it's 3 coins for each heads at this point. I mean, it's more to say than most others, yes. Still very lucky. Then we have Snorlax, Flip Body. Any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 30. So, yeah. Nice little ability there, I guess. 30 damage reduction. Knock away for the damage. With coins, if heads, stack is 30 more. For 4 energy, not that great. And then, okay. This Hoot here. Proclaim the Knights. Your opponent can't play any item cards from his or her hand during her next turn. So, it's basically size with Toad, but you don't get the damage. So, this can really only be used as a stall, as a way to stall your opponent. And really that's about it. So you can stall your opponent, build up your Pokemon any way you would like. And then of course, whenever it gets knocked out, just play that Pokemon. Well, I wouldn't say you're set, you still just pick Pokemon. I don't know. It is item lock. It is basically just fighting, so it's item lock, not the damage. And 100 and something HP less. Okay. Not too bad, I guess. And then Noctowl, which I think looks pretty cool too. High Flights. 20 times the amount of damage for each player, or each player was sent, but for each number of item cards in their hand, it was 20 times for both players. So even if you have like 5 item cards in there, you don't want to use that. So just to double color this, you do potentially 100 damage, not including your own opponent. That is pretty cool. And then speed dive. And then speed dive. So yeah, it's interesting. And we have Ursaring. Each one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon attack is 50 damage to you. Not too interesting. This is flip to coins, this attack does 40 more damage for each hit. Yeah. That's all I gotta say about that. But then there's Smeargle. Oh my god. I really like the Smeargle. I have a combo built with the Smeargle in my head already. Whether or not it'll be good is debatable, but we'll have to see until then. I'm not gonna say it just yet, but I want it to be like one of the first few decks I play revolved around Smeargle. It's gonna be interesting. I just don't know which attackers I want to use in combination with Smeargle. I guess that's the only real issue. But aside from that though, I do like the ability Second Coat. Once during your turn before you attack, you may switch from basic energy card attack your active Pokemon with a different type of basic energy. I think that's pretty cool. We'll just have to see. I'm going to show you all Smeargle's true potential. Then we have Staravia. Before it would do anything interesting. No. A Raptor, actually. Okay, 70 damage. Before doing damage, have your opponent switch to their active Pokemon with a bench Pokemon. So your opponent gets to choose who they're going to get hit by 70 damage. Yeah, not that great. And of course, Brave Bird, 120. 20 damage itself. This chat thought, oh god. This Chet's gonna be a rare, I think. So, good luck to anyone who pulls that. Oh god. Okay, then we have Braviary, 30 damage, and Dual Cut, 80 damage. Not too interesting, I guess. Then we have Assault Deck, which I think is pretty cool. Any damage done to this Pokemon, or to the Pokemon that attached to it, the opponent activated Pokemon's attacks 40 damage less if they have special energy attached to it. So yeah, that is pretty freaking cool. So I guess for things like Discipline or Night March, if you still manage to have this on one of your active, this will reduce that damage. And if you wanted to really, I guess, be hardcore troll and be like, choose Entei with like 2 of these, in spite of your opponent using special energy, it'll do 80 damage less. And of course, if you attack with it, you'll do 30 more if you really wanted to go that far. So yeah, not bad. I like it. Very, very interesting. Here we have Bridget. Picture deck for 1 basic Pokemon EX or 3 basic Pokemon. If a Pokemon EX, of course, put them onto your bench. So this doesn't offer you the versatility of using Shaman. You can't just grab the Shaman from your hand and then place it down. It won't work like that. So, you have to place it in your hand, of course. So you get 1 of your basic EXs, and bam, something's there, or 3 basic Pokemon. I think it's going to be quite useful for certain cards that don't need too many EX attacker EXs in general. I personally like this one. Pretty cool. Then we have Buddy Buddy Rescue. Each player puts a Pokemon from his or her bench or discard pile into his hand, and that's it. But your opponent gets to. I mean, if you wanted to get your Pokemon out that badly, good. So I don't know whether or not you will be able to play this card if your opponent doesn't have any Pokemon. I think that's still up for debate. We'll just have to see once it comes out if anyone actually uses the card. And then we have Fisherman, which is actually an older card. The Porter basically allows you to put 4 basic energy cards from the call into. Kind of like superior energy retrieval without the downside, except for the downside being that it's Porter. So you only get to play that support. But I can see this being a little more versatile and useful if you want to like compress it or just put it in your discard pile and be a super familiar. If you go to the point where you're completely down on your basic energies, you have no way of getting them back. This will help in that sense. I do find myself sometimes out of energies, 30 energies, with like decks that like to discard my energy. So yeah. I might see myself taking one of these in certain decks if I absolutely need to. And then Floatstone's back! Floatstone! Everyone knows Floatstone, but if you don't, basically the Pokemon this card is attached to has no retreat cost. Yay, it's back! I like the art, so that's pretty cool. Then we have Giovanni's Scheme. So you get to choose one of the 2 effects. Draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand, or during this turn, your opponent's attacks do. Your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage. Active. God. I keep getting Pokemon and opponents up. But I mean, this could work with like Excadrill, Medicham, Nidoqueen, and even with Barrage. It'll help that out a little more. But yeah, if you ever really need to use this, then it is a versatile card though in that sense. But this one isn't like a Shauna effect. You have to draw it until you have 5 cards. So I mean, I can't see the first effect being too useful. But I mean, I guess that secondary option does make it just a little better. But still. And we have Landing Spirit Link, of course. Heavy Ball, reprints. Ice. Grab any Pokemon with your 3 retreat or more in your deck. So we have Heavy Boots, which is actually, I mean, it looks new. I didn't see it before the scans. And if the retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to is 3 or more, that Pokemon gets 20 plus HP and cannot be defeated. And I think it's pretty cool. You can combine this with like Machamp or let's say Tyranitar just to get more HP. Bring it out of the range that it would get knocked off for certain EX Pokemon. And yeah, I mean, it's essentially just a white cape for heavy Pokemon, but they can also not be too. I mean, White Cape is not too bad either. I personally like this one. I like it a lot. Then, of course, Honey Spirit Link and Judge, which is the card I was talking about before. Each player shuffles his or her hand into his deck and then draws 4 cards. Too bad. Very, very straightforward. And you have the Mewtwo Spirit Links, which does work with both Mewtwo's. You don't have to worry about having specific that one. And bam, Parallel City. Oh god, where the grass is green and the girls are pretty much. Oh god. So yeah, you have to read this upside down. I think basically this one only allows your opponent to have 3 bench Pokemon or less. So if your opponent's running like Rayquaza and they put down like a crazy amount of Pokemon, bam! You limit them down to 3. So you have to give them a lot of or very little options to actually do anything. You have to select either their Bronzong or another Rayquaza, perhaps Aegislash. So they have to throw out a lot going. Especially if they have a full bench of 8. They have to throw out so much, and that's a huge detriment if you throw out Rayquaza. Because not only is it throwing those Pokemon in the discard pile as well, but they have to replace the stadium and put all those for extra Pokemon back if they want to be attacking it. Pretty crazy. And of course, this one does. But if it is facing this way, I think the player that has this facing whatever way, their Grass, Fire, and Water Pokemon do 20 less damage. Basically, I think you want to be on this end, especially if you're not running these typings. That way you can just like disrupt your bench. Pretty cool. I like this one. Then Professor Letter reprint. Reversed, or did I say reverse ticket? A reserve ticket. Okay. Flip coin of heads, search your deck for a card, shuffle, put the card on top. So, I mean, it doesn't search it out and put it into your hand, it puts it on the top of your deck. Whether or not that'll be useful, I'm not too sure. I mean, it's quite a risk too, because you're not really gaining anything out of it aside from obviously getting that top decking that card afterwards. But if you use any effects like that that'll shuffle your deck afterwards, after this is played, then that card will be lost. So not be able to top deck that card. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. I don't think it'll see much play though. Feather reprint, awesome. Super Rod reprint, awesome. Town Map reprint, also awesome. And then Burning Energy. This card can only be attached to Fire Pokemon. This card provides Fire Energy while this card is attached. Basically, it's colorless. If this card is discarded by an attack of the Fire Pokemon this card is attached to, attach this card from this card back to that Pokemon after attack. That's pretty cool. I like that. I mean, it's very unique, and I think we'll actually have more play than most other special energy aside from like strong energy. Definitely, of course, Wonder Energy. Is it Wonder Energy? No one uses Wonder Energy. Don't use Wonder Energy, guys. Bad. Then Rainbow Energy is getting a reprint. Then here we have the Full Art and the Walgreens. But I think we are getting a secret rare, 2 secret rare Mewtwo. And these are their arts. They're just variants of the previous Mewtwo that we already. But I mean, it's interesting. I don't know what else to say. They do look cool though. Whether or not they'll be worth a lot is way beyond me. But I mean, they are getting their own full arts, and of course getting Mewtwo. I mean, that's a lot of Mewtwo. Oh man. Aside from that though, they're essentially getting 2 full arts. Those Mewtwo are getting 2 full arts during this set. Oh man. So basically no full art or secret rare, Professor's Letter, or Either way, alright, that was basically it. All the set has been reviewed. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'm sorry about all the mistakes that I talking to. My brain has weird spasms sometimes. Also, my mouth being dry is a pretty huge factor. But yeah, they're pretty cool. talking. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. You found it informative in any way. Guess I'll see you guys Sunday. Alright, goodbye guys.